Springfield, Missouri. It is the birthplace of the Springfield Cardinals, but more importantly, the birthplace of Route 66. Now we're going to take a drive down Route 66 in Springfield. Now I'm going to speed it up a little bit because I think if we were to do this for 10 minutes straight, I'm pretty sure a lot of you would be clicking away. I would be too, to be quite honest with you. Now this historic road originally started in 1926, I believe November 11th, and there were signs erected the year following. Now it initially starts from, or actually it still does, starts from Chicago, Illinois, ending all the way down in Santa Monica, California. Now, the Rest Haven Court was originally opened in 1947 and was one of the first motor courts encountered by westbound travelers on Route 66, and it remains one of the few original Route 66 motels left in Springfield today. So US 66 served as a primary route for those who migrated west, especially during the Dust Bowl of the 1930s. The numerical designation 66 was assigned to the Chicago to Los Angeles route on April 30th, 1926 in Springfield, Missouri. The Mother Road, as it's affectionately called, stretches from Kearney all the way down to Halton, Missouri. Now, people will call it Kearney, whatever but anyway, it's still around, and that's what we're going down today. Much of the early highway, like all other early highways, was gravel or graded dirt. On a beautiful day like today, I can see why it was such a thrill to ride this wonderful road. There are many historic events that happen in Springfield on Route 66, but we're going to stop at one of my favorites coming up. Now, some of you may know this location because it's the place where Elvis stayed when he played here in Springfield, Missouri. Everyone, so I'm here at the Best Western. It is the it's a very historic Best Western. It is the Rail Haven Motel here on Route 66 or Route 66, again, whichever you prefer. And we checked in at the front desk and make sure we're okay to film here, which you should always do. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at everything here, and it should be a lot of fun. I love these old-time pumps they have displayed here, and their lobby's pretty cool. It has a lot of throwback and kind of a neat design. And here it is back in the heyday. This is when Elvis stayed here, and this was his announcement for the concert that he played here at the Shrine Mosque, which we'll see later. But you know, look at these cars. They just don't make cars like this anymore. I mean, everything's kind of a fabrication of the same thing over and over. Back then, these cars had style. Now this one probably is not its greatest shape, but you know, it's an old car, and you can just see that the lines were special. It's like cars were an art form back then, which unfortunately, I think we've lost some of that. But anyway, there's a nice example of it. These wonderful lines here, just amazing. I imagine they don't make hood ornaments like this anymore because they're probably dangerous, but man, they were pretty cool. I just thought I'd give you a close-up of this Ford. Pretty amazing. Has a lot of style, that's for sure. Now this one's in a heck of a lot better shape. I love the way the dials look and the steering wheel look. Now, this probably wasn't very safe because if you got in an accident, I bet you that was probably pretty dangerous. But anyway, enough about the cars. Just thought I'd show you guys, and it was one of my favorite parts of this. Now the staff here were really kind. They let me kind of just run around as much as I wanted to, so much thanks goes to them. But coming through this wind tunnel, I saw this amazing Best Western sign, which I guess I just couldn't avoid. But this was the old throwback Best Western neon sign, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen if you're from Missouri. But I mean, it's a great callback, and I just had to include it because it's just. What a great way of nostalgia in yesteryear, right? Now getting back on the road, I'm going to try anyway because apparently I thought this way would get us out, so sorry about that, guys. Anyway, getting back to the road as we pass these wonderful cars again and getting into Springfield traffic that some of you will love and many of you will hate. We're turning here on to St. Louis Street. Now, St. Louis Street usually is not the most picturesque version of Route 66, but it's an important one. It's going to take us by a lot of really great landmarks, but I'll be honest with you, Springfield probably isn't the most scenic part of Route 66, but it is definitely, it's one of the more historic because it is a birthplace, but it's also one of the ones that cut right through a downtown, which I know it does with some other like Chicago, but it's not very rural. So getting to the Shrine Mosque, which is here to your right, is very historic. This is where Elvis played. It's a big part of Route 66 history. Now this is the Galloy Theater. There's a lot of events that happen here. We've been to many concerts and different theater events and things like that. And it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. Do stop by if you're ever in Springfield to see an event. Now this is the Springfield Square, and if you're here in Springfield, you got to stop by. There's a ton of great exhibits, museums, and all sorts of different things there, and you really should make an effort to see everything there. Lots of history. Now, traveling through this residential area of Route 66, I noticed something I didn't know existed, and that is this Route 66 statue. Now, it's made entirely of hubcaps, which I thought was amazing. So yeah, if you're gonna run through, please stop by, take some pictures. It's pretty amazing. Now we're coming up to my favorite part of Route 66, or Route 66 in Springfield, Missouri, and that is here at the original location of Red's Giant Hamburger. Now, it did reopen in 2019, but this is the original location. And Sheldon Red Cheney, well, he was an original. He was a World War II veteran who purchased a Sinclair gas station with several wooden motor court cabins, and eventually they opened the cafe in 1947. And unfortunately, in 1997, when Red passed, they tore down the restaurant just a few days after. He was known to greet guests. He was a real patron. He loved his clientele, and you can just tell this was a lifelong love of his, and that's him dancing there. And it's a shame the original location is gone, but we've got the memories of it, and we've got the sign. So thanks, Red, for the memories, and we'll see you on the flip side. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Red's was, and I think still is, known to be the world's first drive-through restaurant. And I think that's going to wrap my Springfield Route 66 run through. Thanks a lot for taking this time with me, guys, and have a great day.